This is an example of our project rubric here at Cheatham Elementary right now. For our project rubric, it is going to have 5 columns and then multiple rows. In the first 2 columns are going to be your national or state standards and your learning objectives. These are what you're going to be grading yourselves on. The learning objective should relate directly to the project that we've done, and then the national or state standards will relate to the learning objective that we did for our project. Moving over to the right, you have 3 different columns which you will use to grade yourself. For A, an A is exceeding learning expectations. This means you are ready, you fully understand the concept, and you are able to explain how and why it relates to your project. A B means you are meeting learning expectations. This means you are able to meet the learning objective, but may not be able to explain how or why yet, as that is higher level thinking. C means you are falling below the expected learning. Maybe you don't remember the topic, or you are unable to complete up to the standards presented in the project. D and F are going to be falling below that. D means you make an attempt, but there is unclear evidence to show that you meet any of these 3 columns for the learning objective. And F means that there was no attempt at all. This means if you are refusing to complete parts of your work, you may receive an F for that area of your work. Alright, so for example, here I have these circles. These are examples of if I were to grade myself based on this specific project. The project used here is a surrealist project that we have done before. So for each grade that I gave myself, I looked at just 1 row. For each row, I observed the national or state standards and how they relate to the learning objective. The learning objective is something that we did within the project, which I will use my project to observe. Right now I don't have my project next to me, which is something I would have to fix. You should always have your project next to you when you complete a rubric. Then I would observe if I am falling below, meeting, or exceeding expectations. For this first one, as our example, we're looking at if I can remember facts about the history related to the project. If I don't remember anything, or don't remember much about it, or am unclear, that would be a C or a D, especially if I'm trying. If I refuse to answer, or have no attempt made, that would make me an F. For a B, I'm able to meet the expectations, which means I can describe at least 3 facts about that piece of art history. If I am exceeding, I am able to accurately describe the history behind the project, and then am able to explain the relevance and relate it to my art, which is what makes it a higher level learning. If you are exceeding, you are entering higher level learning. I will continue on for each row, deciding how I am meeting the project objectives and the state objectives based on the criteria in each of the boxes. So as you read, make sure you read each of the criteria to make sure you understand if you are meeting those criteria for that objective. Alright? I also use a similar objective when grading your projects as well as your artist statements. So keep your rubric in mind, which has your learning objectives, as you complete your project so that you can meet your project objectives or even exceed them. A and B are our goals. Alright? Have a good day.